Hello everyone, if you have a warped piston, what will you do to fix it? Today, let's go with me to the country of the brothers to see how they repair a warped piston, and especially they do not use any modern tools, relying entirely on human power and the most rudimentary tools. What talented guys! If you find it interesting, please leave our channel a like and subscribe to the channel, so that I have more motivation to bring you more good videos. Yes, before your eyes, this is the piston for today. I don't understand why it is so badly damaged. You can see it is quite bent and the outer shell is cracked. Let's get to work. The first thing is to keep this piston rod fixed. Each screw is removed. You can see that the working age here is quite high, both young and old, but don't judge them by that. I confirm once again that they are very skilled people. Safety gear and screwdrivers are useless here. All he needs is a metal rod to easily unscrew the screws. The hot weather and hard work did not defeat the will of these wonderful workers. There are a lot of screws that need to be removed by these two guys. You can see that there is a manager directing them. In our country Vietnam, when the manager talks too much, some apps will fly into his head. I'm not kidding. Each screw removed can be considered a very difficult job indeed. If there was a screwdriver here, it would be much easier. Guess what machine piston this is, that its screw is so big. The tool to separate the piston shell is also very simple. There is no modern machine, just a hammer, a metal bar, and more importantly, human power. Oh, look how brave he is. Just one little mistake and an accident would have happened. They tried to separate the piston casing by their own strength. But this was impossible even though the screws were completely removed. With the strength of young men, these two guys tried again to pull together, but the result remained the same. They used a big hammer to straighten the piston a little. I guess that's what they were doing. The piston was so stubborn, I saw the fatigue on his face. The piston was so stubborn, I saw the fatigue on his face. It's so heavy, right? Oh, one guy slipped and quickly another guy came to help. What a united team. Not everyone can do the job of tying the piston head to the tractor. This requires a lot of practical experience. You can see that the older worker did it. The piston was pulled out of position by the tractor. Look at his strength, it's unbelievable. As far as I know, this guy Riwi is one of the long-time workers and has a fairly stable salary in this industrial factory. The piston is really heavy. Look at them, they are using all their strength to move the piston. But what I don't understand here is that there are so many people around but no one helps them, they just stand and watch. One end of the piston was quickly secured, the other end was tied to the tractor's rope. As I said earlier, tying a tractor requires highly skilled and experienced people. Oh, there was a small incident that occurred when the first rotations of the tractor began. No problem, because there is this guy Ro. Look how he hits the piston with a hammer. I must tell everyone that I cut this part a lot. I must say he has a great physique and this gives him a steady salary. Fatigue was evident on his face. Looks like they need to take other measures. It's a really stubborn piston. A crane was quickly brought to the scene. The older worker gave him a rope and assigned him the task of tying the piston to the crane's hook. This job was not difficult. The piston was quickly lifted up. The piston is put into the truck and transported to where it needs to go. Workers also need to follow to help. But the piston is lifted down to the ground. Oh, I saw an excavator. What is its use? Let's wait and see. The workers quickly removed the wire. What were they going to do? The chain is tied to both ends of the piston. The piston was hoisted close to the excavator's crawler. Oh, I guess what they wanted to do, one end of the piston was attached to the excavator's track. Really, these are great workers. The excavator was able to easily take the piston out. And now comes the heating of the piston. You can see the piston wall is heated in an incredibly simple way. They use wood and fire. I mean, there is no appearance of any modern furnace. Two workers cleaned the ash from the piston rod and quickly put it into the press. Once securely attached, a pad is placed over the piston rod to avoid scratching it. Once securely attached, a pad is placed over the piston rod to avoid scratching it. The piston rod is reshaped piece by machine. This requires great care and patience. Just one small mistake can cause the piston rod to bend in another direction. Two workers used a straight edge to measure the straightness of the piston rod. Feeling that it was not as desired, they pressed the piston rod again and measured the straightness again. Only skilled workers can do this job. The piston rod is pressed down again and they measure it again for the most perfect straightness. This is repeated continuously in different directions of the piston rod to ensure that no errors occur. It took 3 workers' agreement that the piston rod was straight for the job to be completed. If you find these guys awesome, then don't forget to leave them a like and subscribe. Thank you.